Hi, thanks for stopping by. It is I think it's day 11 or 12 of my do-it-yourself roofing project, and end of day, I'm a little exhausted. I got exhausted. I had to take the day off yesterday and go do regular work because I was just too tired coming up here. I just been trying to share along the way what I'm learning. One thing I'm sure of today is that the self-adhesive system that I paid a lot of money for is a poor choice when you're faced with potential temps under even 65. The rolls say 40, but I say 65. Things just aren't sticking as well when, even above 40. As soon as I got definitely under 60 and definitely under 50, things didn't stick at all. So I went ahead and, as you can see, I did lay it all down. It's all pretty complete. I've even got my termination bars most of the way on. And I've got most of my openings done, but like these black strips here where maybe the granules would have stuck, they're completely unsticky, even where I didn't take the tape off. Some areas the tape came off just in the cold and the wind, so I'm going to have to go over all those areas with adhesive and put granules on them to make it look good. And a lot, nearly like the majority of my edges that I put on after the temperature dropped. Thankfully, the bulk of the middle I got down while the temps were still up in the 60s, but all my edges that I've been little detail work that I did after it was below 60 did not stick, so I'm going to have to go through with another adhesive or cement and tack them all down, which is a daunting task. And so I've got some bricks about here. I've collected all the bricks that I have access to easily. I'll probably find some more. I actually have more bricks, but just slowly but surely adhesing the layers that didn't stick well and tacking them down with I'm using a rubber roofing repair stuff, which cost about twice as much as the regular plastic cement, because it's the only thing I could find that you can apply in temps below 65 and have it work. I did use some cheaper plastic cement yesterday, and it did not adhere very well, even though it's been sitting under bricks. So I'm going to leave that, of course, but I switched to some a little bit pricier, but hopefully a little bit more effective stuff today, and I did a fair number of edges. The other thing is putting these termination bars on the parapets, which have had a lot of repair work to them, has turned into a kind of a daunting task. I've made some progress. I do have them all on now, but several screws would not go in because of the roofing material that I had on the top for repairs, so I had to go get special drill bits and drill them out, and even still I'm having some trouble getting them to go into the parapet walls. The majority of them are stuck down enough where I'm not worried about the wind tearing it up anytime soon, but in order for me to finish this job off, I need to get all those screws in. I need to trim all these edges. That's another thing I've learned, so you see how far back this edge is, the roll from the termination bar, and I had it in my head that maybe I could roll the cap sheet all the way over the parapet, which is what I did in some places like here, but then I had a really hard time getting my termination bars to be able to screw into the stucco. It's a little easier on the very top, so I pulled that back. I'm going to have to, finish getting all those screws in little by little, and I pulled a muscle today, so my body is slowly starting to slow me down. But once I do that, I was putting adhesive under that edge, and I have done that for a lot of them, but since the temp dropped and the adhesive's not sticking, and also I discovered that the adhesive comes up through the screws, especially when there's trouble just making a huge mess. So what I'm going to do is get them all tacked down and then come back after I trim it with a lot of adhesive and seal up that edge, and then I'm going to bring the stucco up to that edge basically to make it look prettier in the end, but it's going to be a lot of days of work still. So those are my end of day 11, I think. I can't remember if it's day 11 or 12. I think it depends on how we count it. Tips, self-adhesive, and these cements that are used with it do not work well. And of course, you know, you already knew that if you were looking at any of that stuff, but the thing is, even a higher temp than the rolls said, which was 40 degrees, as I'm saying, above 60 really, maybe even 65, to get a good adhesion. And otherwise, you're just making things harder than they have to be, like I have done. Such is the life of a do-it-yourselfer. I will wrap this up with the thought that I often have, which is if you can hire a professional, hire a professional. There's a reason that they get paid fairly well. There's usually a lot of tips and tricks that are learned. You know, I've certainly learned a lot in this one job, and I can imagine if I'd done dozens and dozens of jobs that I would know a lot more and be, you know, a lot faster. It's coming up back there. I don't know if you can see her between the trees there. Anyway, buy more materials than you think you're going to need. Get help if you can get it. And, yeah, make sure the weather gods are and goddesses are in your favor. As if you had any control over that. Bricks are good, handy in lieu of extra hands. And yeah, get the right adhesive for the right temp, the right conditions. Lots more tips that I've shared in other videos along the way. I will be doing a recap video about the whole thing when I'm done. Termination bars, I have 2 extra. I bought the 2 extra after I had to buy lots and lots more rolls, partly because I wasted so much on the parapets, partly just, you know, I didn't really account for all my overlapping, so definitely I needed an extra roll of base sheet, which is 2 squares, and 2 to 3 extra rolls of cap sheet from my estimations. And then I needed a lot more adhesive, especially now that the temps have dropped. I've been needing the pricier all temp adhesive. And probably, so today I just finished my parapet, at least step 2 of them. I might give them one more round. And everywhere you see bricks, that's where I've done some work. Hopefully by tomorrow it will be adhesed, that's not a word, you know, sticking enough that I can reuse those bricks in other areas and slowly tack down all these edges. And I guess after a couple more days of that, it won't seem quite so hopeless. And then I see somebody I know out there. And then I will get to the stucco. So, thanks for stopping by. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Leave me questions and comments if you have any. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Check out the description for ways you can connect with me and support me. And as always, I wish you lightheartedness, love, peaceful conflict resolution, beautiful sunsets. Don't forget to play every day.